Welcome back everyone, and thanks for joining me for another episode of my Swansea City career on FIFA 16. So starting off today's episode, we had a home fixture against West Ham United, currently lying in 15th in the league table. We were in a Champions League spot with 27 points to our name. We needed to keep up this good run of form. Gomez, our talisman, who just hasn't been able to stop scoring lately, came very close to opening up the scoring in this game against West Ham with 6 minutes gone as he struck the ball outside the box. It's incredible really how Randolph managed to save that. I mean, the ball hammered against the crossbar and then somehow his fingertips just knocked it behind for a corner kick. Weird save there from the West Ham goalkeeper. And again, he was on form, stopping Gomez from scoring that first goal of the game. And then up the other end, Andy Carroll came close to breaking the deadlock. I don't think so. Then in the second half we had a free kick 28 yards out. I went for the, knuckleball free kick with Sigurdsson. Doesn't really work for him, but he was very close. It was hit low and hard, but Randolph was forced to make the save, and it did eventually go out for a corner kick. And we kept plugging away trying to get that first goal. I've noticed it's become a bit of a trait where we have to wait till the late stages for the first goal, and it was exactly the same in this one against West Ham at home. Thankfully it did go our way, and the goal came from Kyle Norton, who previously, before the game even kicked off, was looking for first team action. I decided to give it to him. Corb was looking a bit fatigued and he came up with the goods. He got us the first goal. It was perfectly executed as well. Leroy Fer serving the ball on a silver platter for him, and he just fired that into the back of the net. But at the other end, minutes later, it was Andy Carroll, who had been looking threatening throughout the game, to be honest, even though he did miss a few sitters, and he did get that equaliser, and that would be the final score. Swansea 1, West Ham 1. Very disappointing, to be honest, as I felt as though he had a good hold on the game. We did control possession and everything, but it was just that lack of concentration in the final third that did cost us the 3 points. Then it was on to our next game, Saturday, December the 26th, Boxing Day fixture at home to West Brom, and we lost. Not a good result really, especially on Boxing Day, especially in the Christmas period. You want to be picking up as many points as possible with so many fixtures tightly packed together, and they even went down to 10 men with Johnny Evans getting sent off. We then had Crystal Palace a couple of days later away at Selhurst Park. We won 2-0 there. They went down to 10 men as well, with Joe Ledley getting sent off, getting a double yellow. And with those results, as we reach the halfway stage of the season, we find ourselves in 5th, 19 games gone, a point behind Chelsea in that Champions League spot, but 10 points behind Manchester United. It seems to be a three-pronged race at the top of the table between Arsenal, Man City and Man United. Obviously, with all the Christmas games out the way and done with, the transfer window is open for January. There were offers aplenty for our goalkeeper Lucas Fabianski, some coming from Ajax for 7.5 million. I'm not going to be letting go of our number one goalkeeper in January, and to be honest, I don't really want to be looking for a new keeper in January. I want to be strengthening positions more like our central midfield and defence if needed in January, more so than that goalkeeping position. We did go on to lose 2-1 in the FA Cup against Fulham, the Championship side. Very disappointing, but it just gives us that bit of freedom now, if you will, to focus on getting a Champions League spot. Getting in the Champions League is, I would say, my number one priority this season, because I never made it in my previous Swansea career back on FIFA 14, so I really want to do it this year on FIFA 16, get into the Champions League for next season, and then just build from there. If we can bring in someone like Bonnie in the summer, just get onto that next level for Swansea City. Who knows, maybe we can go for a title charge next season in the Premier League as well as the Champions League. Can you just imagine that, winning those two trophies in my second season at Swansea on FIFA 16? Be incredible. Up next anyway for Swansea, we were away at the Theatre of Dreams, Old Trafford, to play Manchester United in search of 3 points. We needed to get back on track. Yes, we lost against Fulham. Yes, we lost against West Brom on Boxing Day. But we showed a glimmer of hope in that 2-0 win at Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace for us to go on and maybe get a solid point against United here. A team that have been doing really well in the league, battling it out for top spot. As I mentioned before, you know, they're one of the teams in that three-pronged race for the league title this season. Everyone else just seems to be underperforming. We did get a free kick, 53 minutes gone. It was going to be Sigurdsson, our free kick specialist. It was way out, but you know what? It was dipping in. It was dipping in, and Ramiro was forced to tip it over the crossbar and concede the corner kick. Obviously, nothing came of that. Manchester United at the other end, in front of the Stretford ends, were looking for that first goal, and it almost came from Michael Carrick. I was expecting a little better from him. He just couldn't keep the ball down as he hit it on the volley. Maybe it was just coming in too quickly for him. As the game was ebbing away from us, Andre Ayew went for a goal. It was Daley Blind that got a crucial touch on it, but we did get a free kick again, just outside the penalty area, a bit closer to goal this time, and still Sigurdsson was unable to convert it into a goal. Marcus Rashford had been introduced into this game. He swung in it, a really good cross. Rooney heading the ball against the crossbar. Still wasn't enough for United to get that first goal, which they were working so hard to get. And I tried hitting them on the break with minutes to go. It was a very tight, very even game away to Manchester United at Old Trafford. It was to be expected, but it was a solid point. After the game, Lucas Fabianski had agreed to sign a new contract offer. I wanted to tie him down on a new contract because there were so many transfer offers coming in for him. I didn't want to make him feel as though he was having his nose pushed out, as though he was going to be on the move with all the speculation surrounding him. So it's good, promising stuff that we managed to tie him down to a new contract. Then there was a transfer offer from Lyon for Sigurdsson. And I don't want to be losing him in January, but if they were prepared to cough up 25 million with my counter offer, I'd be happy, because then that would allow me then to maybe bring in another player or two in January to really strengthen. I mean, it's amazing that the quality you can bring in for just under 20 million on FIFA. There was another offer, despite me offering him a new contract for Fabianski. There was another offer from Sevilla, rejected. There was an offer from West Brom of 7.5, rejected. It wasn't going to happen. In the end, I just got annoyed and rejected all offers. I don't want to let Fabianski go, as I've already said. And then Sevilla, they really looking to absolutely raid our team. They went in for Sigurdsson with a 12.5 million bid. Wasn't going to happen. Now, I thought these next couple of transfer offers were interesting. I mean, one, Angel Rangel, a player that's not going to get first team football now that I've signed Corbyn in the summer. He's gone to West Ham now for 1.4 mil. But look at this, Sunderland coming in with a 20 million bid for Sadio Mane. I know one or two of you who are watching the series have said, oh, you should get rid of Mane, but I don't really want to get rid of him in January. I want to at least hold on to him until the end of the season. At least let's see what he's capable of for the second half. But a 20 million bid from Sunderland is quite surprising. Do they have that much money to just throw at Mane? And do they really need Mane? I mean, at the moment they've got Jermaine Defoe, they've got Barini. Do they need Mane? Probably wouldn't even start for them. But you know, that bid from Sunderland, it got me thinking. Maybe I can do a straight swap for Wilfried Bony from Man City. Send Mane up to the Etihad. Let's bring Bony back to Swansea. Let's see what happens. And then I saw this response from Sunderland and I was like, no, they're going to accept my counter offer, aren't they? They're going to take him on. But they said they was only willing to offer 20 million. Again, I went in with another counter offer, started off at 30, and I thought, no, that if they're not going to accept it the first time, then they certainly aren't going to accept it the second. So I went down to 28 million. Let's see if we can force a bit more out Sunderland's back pocket. You can see there is a confirmation that Angel Rangel is now a West Ham player for 1.4. That's freed up a bit of money for my transfer budget, but not too much to bring in a really good quality player. And I was waiting for this, the first transfer offer for Gomez, who's been in exceptional form lately, from Hanover, rejected. There was a bid from QPR of 6 million, rejected. At the age of 30, he has been marvellous in this first season with Sunderland, just grabbing all those important goals for us. And then you can see Man City had decided to reject that straight swap deal with Mane for Bony. So for now, it looks like the deal for Bony is going to be pushed back until the summer transfer window reopens. And then to end this episode, I did decide to sim yet another game, this time at home to Watford. You can see that it was Mane, with all the speculation surrounding him, still managed to get himself on the score sheet to make it 1-0 in the 46th minute, as soon as we kicked off in the second half. And as you can see, that would be the final score at the Liberty Stadium. 1-0 to Swansea City, and another 3 points to add to the league table. You can see after that result against Watford, we stay in 5th, a point above Tottenham, a couple of points behind Chelsea. It's looking good at the moment, just need to keep on winning. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. The transfer window is still open, a lot can still happen. Thanks for watching.